This is a Headgum podcast.
Oh, you guys, are you feeling that?
I'm feeling it.
The temps are rising, and I'm feeling that familiar urge to refresh my closet.
Me too. Like, seriously, like, I was tossing and turning in bed all night with a nagging urge to refresh my closet, and I couldn't get a wink, and I don't know that I will get a wink until I do refresh.
And I'm not going to waste money, though, Pat. I'm not going to waste money on pieces that I'm going to wear once or for just one season. I'm so tired of that. And you know what? Quince changes that. The clothes are timeless, lightweight, and far more elevated than anything else at this price. It finally feels like my wardrobe is matching my standards. Do you know what I mean?
I know, and I've always felt my wardrobe to be a bit incongruent with my standards. But now that I found Quince, that's just not the case anymore. And the best part is everything with Quince is half the cost of similar brands. And so they actually work directly with top artisans. And so what they do is they eliminate my perennial foe, the middleman. Because the middleman has gotten on my last nerve, and I am, doing let them theory on the middleman, and I'm just letting him be middle, and I am letting me shop at Quick Quince.
And Quince only works with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. So it's like, yeah, I use Quince, and you should too, babe.
I know, I got an amazing swimsuit on Quince, and it's actually really hard to find, like, a good swimsuit, especially as this kind of gay man that isn't necessarily speedo forward. It's like, I don't want board shorts. Like, I don't want to do straight drag, but I also am not ready to take that full plunge into speedo culture. And like, it's hard to find a swimsuit. And I found some really nice pieces on Quince.
And as a straight woman who loves to dress kind of kooky crazy, I still need my basics. I still need my cashmere. I'm a woman, just because I'm not a wife and a mother doesn't mean I don't need cashmere. Like, I need my cashmere. I need my silk.
And I'm in a financial crisis, and so it's so good that I can still get a few pieces that are really good at a really affordable price, and I'm just really grateful to Quince for doing that for me.
Just like Oprah, gratitude is my religion, and I'm grateful today for Quince. So give your summer closet an upgrade with Quince. Go to quince.com/seek treatment for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/seek treatment to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/seek treatment.
Hey, bitch, what is your whole deal? Hey, bitch, just tell us how you feel. You wished for a sign from above. Well, here's a podcast about boy sex, fucking, dating, and love. Seek treatment if you're boring as fuck. Seek treatment if you're unlucky in love. Seek treatment if you just can't take a hint. Well, seek treatment with Kat and Pat.
Hey, it's a
Kat.
special food that just came out for horses. It's made by horses for horses with the horses first. With the horse gastrointestinal tract in mind. I'm Pat.
I'm Kitty Cat.
And this is
Seek Treatment, a podcast about boys, sex, fucking, dating,
and love.
And
we want to be clear that it's about fucking raw or
with condom. Whatever you like and whatever kind of relationship you're in.
And whatever feels safest to you and whatever decade you're in. So if you are in the 90s listening, then throw on that condom.
Yeah, throw on
not
rubber.
To say that they're not huge in today's society.
You think condoms aren't huge in today's society?
I forget that straight people use them for
Let's bring in our
pregnancy
guest
purposes.
and see what she thinks. She's always talking about this. She's always texting me about this. And she's going to want to sound off.
She's texted us that I want to come on. I want to come on and talk about condoms.
I need to come on and talk about Trojans. I need to get it out there.
Please welcome Jen
Statsky.
Hi.
How the hell are you?
Oh, I'm good. Okay, condoms. Yeah. Condoms used to be a much bigger deal.
They were huge. And never forget when the most sexually empowered girl in my grade did this freshman year. Goes into her uniform pocket.
Crazy.
I have this. Puts it back in.
I have this.
Yeah. Do you remember the Dawson's Creek episode when Pacey had the condom in his wallet? They were going around the table and they were like, every guy has a condom in his wallet. And Joey, famously a virgin, was like, Pacey doesn't.
Oh,
was this when they were together?
This is when they were together on a ski trip.
Oh yes.
And he goes, guys, get him out. Break out your wallet. Some villain.
Yeah.
Pacey had, of course.
Well, of course.
He had a condom. And then, now this is a great Pat Regan. I think you could have written this line, Pat Regan.
It's going to be the worst line we've ever heard.
The very end of the episode, she goes, do you still have that condom? He's brushing her hair. He's brushing her hair, looking in the mirror. He goes, do you still have that condom? And he goes, yeah, do you want me to throw it away? And she goes, I want you to throw the wrapper away.
Okay, that's turning me on.
That's it's not a bad
Don't
line.
come in here and turn us on.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I have to
That's
go
what I mean. You could
relieve
have written it
myself.
because it's charged. It's sexually charged.
And that's all I write.
That's all.
Has a lover ever brushed your hair?
A lover has never brushed my hair. Has a lover ever brushed either of your hair?
I can't. No way.
I don't think, if so, it's...
If then.
If so, it was quite sexless, like... Your hair is bad. Like, let me, like... Your hair is bad. What is wrong with the way that you see the world? Let me try to fix
Let me
this.
help you.
Yeah.
But it's quite romantic.
It's so. Oh, and Joey Potter had such beautiful hair.
I know, but
Gorgeous.
it was so sex negative.
She really,
But then they did it.
They did do it. They did sleep together that night on the class ski trip.
Break out the cigs. So it's Saturday. What does that mean for you?
Yeah, what is your
Saturday?
Saturday?
Are you
like?
mad that you're here on a Saturday?
Are you mad?
No, I'm thrilled to be
I know you
here.
work all week. Y'all are back in the room.
It's an honor to be here.
Totally.
Oh, don't you dare. Oh my God.
Saturday is like I went to the gym.
Oh my God.
What do you do?
I just do some light
No, you don't
kettlebell
talk
stuff.
about the gym.
I really don't talk about the gym at
You
work.
don't. I mean, it does
Do you
come
go to
up.
a fancy gym?
I don't go to a fancy gym. I just go to a trainer at a gym in Pasadena. Very low key.
So chill.
But I go so infrequently that it would seem wrong to talk about it.
Yeah.
Totally.
It would give give you the idea that I'm a
Yes.
gym person, and
Yeah.
that would be false advertising.
But on Saturday, you do go.
I go on Saturdays at 10 a.m. I go once a week.
Yeah.
What could that possibly
That
be
could be
doing?
That's
something.
a lot. That's a lot more than not going.
Yeah.
Do you have him film you?
Sometimes I catch him filming me, and I'm like,
Without consent. Consent is sexy, by
Not
the way.
like through a
Tell
whole-
your trainer that consent is sexy.
Yeah.
not like in the bathroom
Of
filming me,
course,
but
of
like,
course.
but like he's doing it for his Instagram, which
Oh, that isn't okay.
I don't know.
I'm so scared. I'm actually so scared. I'm mad at my listeners are always telling on me. And they've told on me to my trainer that I've talked about him on the podcast. Now he knows I have a podcast.
How have they told? They've messaged him on Instagram.
I don't know how they've done it because I've actually never given his full name. But now all of a sudden, my Brock, who has never DM'd me, responded to my Celsius story and was saying that people are saying, and I don't know what I say on this thing. So I'm like,
Of course not.
Don't,
You can't
he
be-
goes, what episode?
Goes in through one mic, out the audio.
But I have a fear that like if he knows there's people listening that he'll wanna, I'm sending him underwear pictures every Sunday. Just so he can see how it's going.
Really?
Right. But so what's your fear? He'll start selling
Posting
them?
No, posting. I mean, like, because he does post clients that I'm assuming everyone knows about, but it's like, this guy in 8 weeks changed
I
his
see.
shape.
I see.
And it's like,
Well, wait
I
till
don't
8
want.
weeks pass.
Well, I've been working with
You've
him.
been looking really good. I saw you posted something on your story.
Oh, of course I did.
You are looking good.
Jen.
And you might have written that condom line.
Yeah.
Wait, so how was the response to that story? I wanted to ask you.
How was the response to what story?
Were people drooling?
Oh, that was a good response.
That must have gotten a lot of good, actually.
Yeah, it was actually a cool thirst trap because there was no target. You know what I mean?
Right, it wasn't
It was
for
actually
anyone.
really powerful. It
And
was
a
like,
good response,
Yeah.
are we wanting like, we want fire emoji or do we want actual comments?
I want anything besides like someone's own kind of, there's definitely a trope of like you post a thirst trap, it's like so vulnerable and like you're just saying, here I am, this is me.
Mm-hmm.
For all my flaws, I'm messy, I'm imperfect, I'm here.
I'm a girl standing in front of a boy asking him to love her.
But then it's this like they'll see something just kind of in frame.
Oh,
and they'll be like, nice soap. Or they'll be like, expensive
your battery's
soap.
low.
How dare you?
It's very like
Your battery's low.
Clean your mirror. And
Clean
so-
your
so there's, like,
mirror.
Clean your-
But it's like it was like before a shower, so it's like the mirror was kind of steamy, but it wasn't dirty. But then someone was like, mirror, and then a lot of people, it was burrito soap. A lot of people like, let me break out my comedy writer hat and just say you have burrito
Hey,
soap.
how about my body?
How about my body?
How about my
Use
body?
me,
But it was
objectify me,
positive.
abuse me.
It was positive. If there was a target, which there wasn't.
Of course,
If there
because you're free.
was, that.
Do you know my friend is free?
My friend is frankly free.
My friend is free from those constraints.
But there was someone that like stopped looking at my stories for a bit, Until actually this past week when they did go ahead and resume. But I was like, well, you missed it.
Resubscribe.
Interesting.
But I was like, well, you missed the big showstopper moment.
Unless they saw it on an account, a burner.
But I don't think that person would have a burner.
Totally. Do you like to post a thirst trap?
I never post thirst. Well, actually, I mean, I guess someone might say that and be like, "No, yes, you do," but I don't think I do.
I don't think you do either.
I don't think I've ever posted a selfie.
But yes,
Really?
But would you?
That's so powerful. That is like the ultimate flex.
But maybe I should.
But would you say that your work in some ways is your thirst trap? Because
Go on. I'm with you, but go on.
I want to go on the journey.
When
Keep
you're
going.
posting like, "Come hither, look what I've created." Don't you think?
Oh, come hither.
Because isn't the largest
My body of work.
And I want
Yes.
to post something. Isn't your largest sexual organ
Your skin.
your brain?
Oh,
Your skin, would you use in
Your
your work?
skin, which is wrapped around your brain.
people love to say.
People say your largest organ is your skin.
It's such a good fact to be like, do you know what the largest organ is?
But they also say,
They also love to say the word weenus, so people don't know much.
but they also say your most important sexual organ is your brain.
I agree.
Because you're
I
using that to
agree.
figure
Like, I'm
out.
not hearing a
Sure,
story.
sure.
If I'm not hearing something like you're wrong, like I'm not gonna get turned on.
Totally.
I need to hear you're wrong, you're bad.
I need to like
You're bad and you need
go
it.
somewhere else than where I am.
Totally.
Yeah.
Right. No, I don't. I would say that maybe my things I do for work are like a bit of a thirst trap cheat because you get like full hair
Totally.
and makeup,
Oh,
which
of
feels.
Totally. And you'll do a plunging neckline at
I'll
an
do a
award
plunging
show.
neckline
I
at an
love that.
event. Of course, I've never shied away from a plunging neckline.
They used to call you
Or a
Jen
silky little
Statsky.
dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So on this pod, we just ask one question.
Okay.
Who were you?
Who are you?
Who are you? And who do you want to be?
Of course. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Now, some people get cute with it.
I won't get cute with it.
don't.
I'll get really real with it.
I would love that.
What's an example of getting cute with it?
Like, they're like, I was a this, I am a this, I'm going to be this. And it's like 5
I was
seconds.
a Miranda.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna get cute.
We
with
want to know
that.
the real deal.
Yeah.
But like, so you grew up in Boston.
Okay, I grew up right
Admit
at
it.
Admit it.
Is that true? Is that true? You grew up in Boston?
What if it wasn't? What if? Yes, I grew up right outside Boston in Milton, Massachusetts, which is famous for Milton Academy, a pretty fancy private school where like the Kennedys went, but I went to public school. And I was like, honestly, who I was like kind of a lonely kid who was like raised by TV and
Yes,
loved.
I was raised by TV.
Yeah, we've talked about this and loved pro wrestling.
Really? Wait.
Really?
Oh, I was into pro wrestling.
I loved pro wrestling so much. I loved pro wrestling to the point. So I was an only child. My dad like was not around a lot. My mom was nuts.
Yeah.
And I just spent a lot of time in AOL chat rooms talking about
Yeah.
pro wrestling.
Who are your people?
Number one, Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels.
Oh, you're such a guy.
I'm such a guy.
What about it do you
Do you know
love?
about Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels?
No, of course not. But I want to learn. I'm listening and learning.
He's sexy boy Shawn Michaels. Yeah. His whole thing was he's sexy.
But I liked
Cool.
DX, was it?
Generation X.
Yes.
Which was
I like that group.
which was a later iteration. Shawn Michaels joined a faction with Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Called DX, but then they changed to just the faction.
Yes, the faction, right.
And I loved Stephanie. I loved Stephanie McMahon because I thought she was a professional boss woman.
one of our first girl bosses
What,
before
truly?
that was even a thing.
Yeah, she was.
Before the wing? How could it happen before the wing?
WWE was kind of our first wing.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I love the divas.
What about
of
it
course.
drew you both in? You know it's fake and it's fun. It's theater.
I
I'm asking. I was like, I didn't know it was fake until like last year.
But I didn't know. I didn't know like for sure it was fake. when I
Right,
was
it's- so
watching.
it's
I was
not-
thinking, like,
When
you're a
I was
kid.
a little kid, I didn't. I
Right.
was like, I was nervous to find out it was fake.
totally, it was like Santa Claus. In a way.
Yes.
I remember being a little kid. I always equate to this. Like, I was like, I kind of knew what sex was, but I was like, I think sex between a man and a woman would be penis and vagina. But then
Yeah.
I was like, that can't be.
It's too crazy.
I was like,
I
it's
know.
too crazy.
Well, you know
so
what?
I was always like, no. And that's how I felt about wrestling being fake. I was like, oh, I think I'm getting that it might be fake, but it's too crazy.
No, 2 stories. You know, for one, when I was in like 3rd grade, I heard the older girls on the bus talking about like they
how
must
the wheels go round and round. sorry. So stupid.
And it shook me to my core.
I think, wait, what?
Oh, wait.
I didn't talk to anyone yesterday because I was like alone in my house, and now I'm giggly goose.
But So I must have had some knowledge of like sexual awareness, but didn't really know what was going on. And then I guess one day at my grandma's house, I told my 2 younger cousins this sentence: teenagers like to lie on the couch together naked.
Yes.
They both went home and told their parents. I got called into my family room. Like, both of your cousins are saying you said that teenagers like to lie on the couch together naked.
my
I was
God.
like, I just had said it. I was like, I don't know what they're talking about. They're like, well, that's just strange that they would each separately tell their moms that you said that. I was like, that's weird. I was like, they're like, well, you need to say that you said it. I was like, I'm not saying I said it. I didn't say it. And they're like, go to bed. And I was
Because
like,
that is the thing. I remember being like, it's just lying together naked, and then
Yeah.
it happens, and that's
Yeah.
it. It's just lying
Right.
together naked, and then sadly, it's more.
You know, my mom called me into her room and told me, she goes, the penis goes in the vagina. And I literally gasped. I was like, I was gagged. I go,
wow,
that's
your
what that's
mom
for?
said that to you?
She empowered me.
That is so inappropriate.
Wow. How old were you?
Young, like maybe like 7 or 8.
Months.
Wow.
So, shut the fuck up.
And then one time at a sleepover, we realized we had access to some like pornographic channel.
yeah.
And that's when I found out about blowjobs, because there was a guy by a pool getting a blowjob from a girl, and it was like shocking. Because
It's
it
shocking.
was the kind of thing where it was like, of course that's an
Yes.
idea. That's an amazing idea.
That's an amazing idea,
Yeah.
but you're like, before you have the idea,
Yeah.
you're like, no, I could never
Now it's
imagine.
like, yeah, but duh.
Yeah.
But when I
Yeah.
learned about getting eaten out, which is the scientific term that I still use as a 30-year-old woman, and I'm 33, when I was like, that must feel unbelievable. It must feel like the best thing in the world. And then when I finally got it done to me, I was like,
Oh, really?
I'm not that into it, but to each their
Really?
own.
Interesting.
Do you think that it varies in experience for you, or you're pretty much just like, it's not?
I think it's all about my mental state. If I have like all the time in the world, I can relax and enjoy it.
Right.
But because of my own hangups,
Sure.
which of course I've worked through at this point.
Now I can enjoy Colonel Ingus.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Thanks to my self-work, I can enjoy being out, of course.
Once I read The Artist's Way, I was able to come
Through
from
my
Tom.
morning pages,
Yes.
I've been able to be eaten out.
Eaten out.
Wow. Yeah. So that's
Okay.
who I was.
Hello, sweetie patites. This episode of Seek Treatment is brought to you by Booking.com. Booking.yeah.
From vacation rentals to hotels across the U.S., Booking.com has the ideal summer stay for absolutely anyone, even those who might seem impossible to please. We all have those people in our lives that it's like,
I know.
how can I please you? Well, you can stop asking them that and instead just head over to Booking.com and please away. Please the unpleasables.
Please the unpleasables. Whether you're on a family vacation, a bachelorette situation with some divas, or with your partner who can't sleep unless there's a ceiling fan. Do you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of weird people in the world. And everyone's different, which is so beautiful. And everyone deserves a beautiful, beautiful domestic accommodation.
And as someone who always knows around what date it is, I can say that summer is looming large. Summer's approaching towards us. And what summer is all about actually is going away with your friends and staying in a beautiful accommodation.
Yes.
And of course, the logistics are the only sort of Achilles heel to that whole situation.
Totally.
And so Booking.com makes that process easy. Find a place that you and your girls, your boys, or your gorgeous NBs can all have fun on a vacation together.
If we can find our perfect stay on Booking.com, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, Booking.yeah. Book today on the site or in the app. And what were the shows, besides wrestling, what were the shows that you were like, oh my God, this is life-changing?
The show Dawson's Creek was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
So good.
And you
Really?
loved Jen.
I
You loved
liked
Pacey.
Jen. I loved Pacey.
See,
Me
I
too.
was fine with Pacey and loved Jen.
Well,
okay.
you had an eye for talent because
I
she would go
know.
on to be our most successful actor of the bunch. But
You should be an agent.
hey, I've been meaning to say this to you in the writers' room. You should be an agent.
If you were my agent,
I think you'd hate being an agent.
I would definitely.
you would hate it
You're
more
a
than
really
anything
bad
else.
agent.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be. An
I think
agent.
I actually would be good, and I actually think I should
Keep
pivot.
this up, okay?
Are you guys mad because now it's warm?
I just.
I like it, but tell me if you're upset.
It got hot, but I'll
Yeah.
tell you if it gets hot to the point that
You
I
must feel a
can't.
little bit.
Oh yeah, I really hate being hot. But I'm of course
I know that
professional
you-
first. I'm the
We'll
Stephanie
flip it back
McMahon.
on shortly.
I'm the Stephanie McMahon of my time. I'm here to work and make money. I'm here to make money.
Yeah, that's why we're clocking in on a Saturday.
Pro wrestling is theater and sports together, which is why I like it.
Oh, interesting.
I love that movie, The Wrestler.
Such a good movie.
I never
I know, but
saw
now
it.
you see what he's up to now?
Mickey Rourke?
bullying JoJo Siwa on television.
Oh, really?
Oh, because
Was he
they're
in
This
that-
is so crazy.
Was he in the mix on that? And
Was
the Big
he-
Brother?
Yeah, he was in the house, literally homophobic as AF.
I have to go.
Mickey Rourke. Hey, I'm sorry. I feel to tell you this.
Wait, my community?
He's being homophobic
My
AF.
community.
AF.
You know my mama
He's
bear
not
my
the
community.
ally you thought he was, Pat.
Oh my god, I can't. I'm not working with him.
He's bullying her for being gay?
He said the craziest shit. I think he got kicked off the show for it.
wow.
Not only
You have to
gay,
be
but also just
pretty
like saying he
homophobic.
was gonna like tie her up or like I'm gonna turn you not gay, like crazy shit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, definitely
God.
check it out.
And then didn't she end up with a man afterwards? I never thought that. I
Bad
never thought
season.
that he deserved Olivia. I think Olivia's really special.
I think she's the most famous of them all.
Oh, good.
Or I think she's really big over there.
That's great.
Back to business. We're watching Dawson's. We're alone.
Yeah,
You're-
we're alone watching Dawson. We're
you-
alone watching everything.
And in high school,
In high school.
you
Who
were.
was that?
Did you have friends?
I did have friends. I rode the line of like being in smart person classes, but friends with the popular.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
girls.
amazing.
But never. But here's the thing: you're not one of those girls. You're not the girl.
You had to fight for your life to stay.
I had to. I was fighting, scratch and climb for my life every day.
It's better to be out than have to fight than having a
You'd
chance
rather
to be in.
out than constantly be questioning, "Am I in?"
Yeah.
So that was me. That was my life. I was always in, but am I out?
Yes, that's how I feel.
totally relate.
That's how I feel in adulthood. Most of my dear friends.
that is how I feel when I look at my phone. When I'm in real life, I'm like, I love my friends. When I look at my phone, I'm like, I don't have a single person on my side.
Yeah.
Which is cool. It's cool.
Often, being an adult is being like, do I have one friend?
I know.
Yeah.
Do I have one single friend?
And you famously have two.
I have two. Yeah, I have
Double.
two.
Double trouble. Now, do you?
Did you always want to write TV when you were in high school?
I did because of the watching of so much TV.
Yeah.
I was like, well, this is. I guess I'll do this.
So cool.
And did you watch comedies?
I did. I watched a lot of Nick at Night.
Me
I
too.
watched a
Me
lot
too.
Of, I should have been your sixth sibling.
My seventh.
Seventh.
You should have been my sixth. I'll trade someone.
Seven.
I told you this. That I
What?
put the room the other day. Do you know that my mom has been telling her coworkers that she has 4 kids because she doesn't want to explain it to them?
As if 4 is that different.
That's crazy. I think you did tell me that, but I was like, that can't be true. 4 kids.
Yeah.
What kind of questions do you think people are going to ask?
I don't
6
know.
kids. You've really been getting into it.
I
Yeah.
actually
4
think
is still a lot.
4 is a lot, but also 6 is a lot. But I always say it's like between normal and Mormon. It's like not so much that it's like because someone's always like
7 would be outrageous.
7,
Right.
7th heaven.
6 is perfect mix.
But there's
How many
always like
siblings do you have?
2.
Two.
Took me a second. I'm one of 3.
3 is really good.
3's
3 is
is really
classic.
good.
3 is
I'm
classic.
lucky, and I'm the 2 amazing little brothers. Love them.
If I could write it, I would be a gay guy with an older sister 3 years older than him.
That'd be
if I
really
could-
hard.
if I could write
That'd
it.
be really good for you.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
only.
And I'm only.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you like being only?
I did. I always wanted an older sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, to tell you like
It's just
what to do.
What the hell's going on?
I'd be like, what do I
Yeah.
do with my pussy hair?
Yeah. Well, it
Oh,
sounds
wow.
like your mom was pretty, pretty down to tell you.
No,
Lorelai
I have to
Gilmore.
say, she kind of stopped at that. She was kind of like, that's all you need to know.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Silk Stockings on the
No.
USA Network? That's where I learned about sex.
that?
It was like a sex crime show. It was like,
Like
sexy
SVU?
cops in Miami, and the cold open of every episode was it was always a hot woman fucking a man who died of a heart attack during sex.
That's
Yeah, that's
such
incredible.
true.
That's such a and it was like that's what then once I knew it was penis and vagina
Harvey?
for hetero.
Yeah, thank
then
you.
I realized that
No Mickey Rourke over here. Good to know.
I'd still love to tie you up and turn you straight though. Pat, I've been meaning.
Wait till we get our hands on you, Mr. P.
But then I realized that I was like, oh, okay, this is what's happening. But then I felt there was an element of danger to sex that
Yes.
I then had
Wait, so were
They're
they
constantly dying.
they're dying.
So were they sexy cops investigating sex crimes, or were they sexy cops investigating normal crimes?
It was Rob Estes. Do you
I don't
remember
know.
him?
No.
If you look at, you'd
Yeah.
be like, yeah, sexy, whatever. I don't remember who the woman is. Classic. And they were like hot, and I think they had sexual tension. And it just they were investigating crimes, but it always would start with some sort of sexual element to it. And
Let's reboot it.
Honestly,
Sounds
it's a
good.
good reboot. The credit sequence was sexy.
Love.
Really? How so?
Yeah.
If I ever have a show, it will have traditional Nick at Nights Out opening credits. People like walking in the door.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I'm over it. I'm over not having that.
No credits anymore.
I'm over that.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just like legs. It was like long
Yes.
legs walking through Miami.
That was one thing I remember as a kid. It's like I never got that where like I'd be watching like Nick at Night or something like Happy Day or something and be like, oh my god, her legs.
I know.
I was like,
Sit
what
in
is the deal?
Clueless,
I don't-
like
Yeah.
nice stems.
I was like, we all have legs.
Right.
Much like condoms, like legs.
Yes.
Being like a leg man used to be
Yes.
more
So
of a
trendy.
thing.
I know. No
No one talks
straight
about
guys.
legs anymore.
Guys, get a good look at these. All the straight guys listening to the podcast.
It's just so
a
interesting because
good
it's
look.
like they kind of defy like traditional like body parts that are like typically anything you cover up. Like what would be considered nudity, like that's what then gets eroticized. But legs are just out there in the world.
Yeah.
That's even still.
But thighs are sexual.
Thighs are really sexual. Yeah.
I guess not for me.
They're the pathway
yeah.
to the holes. The garden path to hell.
Eyes are the pathway to the soul. Thighs are the pathway to the hole.
New merch. Now we're going to finally figure out how to make merch, and that's going on the merch. Okay, so then you graduate high school.
I graduated
Did
high
you date in
school.
high school?
I did. I had a long-term boyfriend in high
Wow.
school. Like
That's
4
huge.
years.
So day one freshman year, you're like, it's us.
So his name is he's
Yeah.
alive.
Was he your grade?
He was my grade.
So
he
it's your
was my
first day
grade.
freshman year.
True partnership.
So he was kind of this odd figure. He
Yeah.
was a very quiet hockey player
Hot.
who didn't have his parents were divorced, so his house was like the party house because his mom was a nurse who worked nights.
Oh my god.
So there'd be a lot of partying. And I don't know why this happened, but his nickname became Mao, like the Chinese dictator.
So you were like, I'm with Mao.
I'm with Mao.
I'm with Mao now.
And so it would always be like party at Mao's house.
Wow.
And so he was desperately in love with a girl named
And was that kind of on the table?
she and I were friends.
Oh,
and
that's good.
And he was desperately in love with her, and I was not getting involved. I was going about my business.
Yeah. This is before you started dating.
This was before we started
Okay.
dating, and he was desperately in love with her and would buy her a lot of gifts because his dad really loves Las Vegas and like playing the lottery, and so he kind of had adopted his dad's like love of like Vegas fast life, like
Yeah.
buying women jewelry.
Yeah,
Oh
like-
my god!
So
at
we were
like 14.
At like 14.
Well, there was always like a thing like when there were even like in sixth grade, it would be like Tommy and Carrie are dating, their boyfriend girlfriend, and it's like on Valentine's Day there would be like 4 couples in your grade, and like Tommy
yes.
gave her a locket.
Oh.
Did you see the locket that she received from Tommy? It cost
That's
$60.
huge.
This is what he did for me on Valentine's Day one year.
God.
He filled my Ford Explorer with rose petals.
No.
Oh my god, he
That's
loves. Wow, he
amazing.
loves Vegas. He loves the lottery.
It's in his blood.
let me connect the dots there. Like a Vegas man
Yes.
who's like you
Showy.
gotta wine and dine your
Silk
woman.
stockings.
You gotta buy her expensive
Yeah.
jewelry and like
God, I wish my boyfriend was like that.
it
Just
was.
kidding. Just kidding. I love it.
Would you like your car to be filled with rose petals?
No, I would hate that. But I would love to have a car though.
The real gift would be the car that the rose petals were inside.
But so was like leading on for a long time. She was
Get a
she was a
life.
heartbreaker. Had boys, 14-year-old boys,
Yeah.
falling for her all over the
Wow.
place. But yeah, then eventually he had enough of her games and he asked me out and we were together for 4 years.
And then you went to New York University.
And then it was a kind of a classic story where you go to he was very sweet and really in love with me. He wrote his college essay about me.
Oh my God, what was it?
Okay, he imagine how much he misses you. I'm sorry, he must see your success and be like,
It was about how it was about his girlfriend who was like on the edge of the popular group and had to fight to stay.
She's always in, but almost out.
From her, I learned how to fight.
She is so brave.
To be a fighter.
It's honestly, what could it have been about?
I-
It was probably just about like how
you didn't read it?
I don't know that I did. I was like,
Wow.
that's private.
That's
That's
between
between
you
you.
and
That's
the
between you and
admissions committee.
Quinnipiac University.
College essays are so stupid.
Oh God.
Do you
Yeah.
remember what yours was about?
I can't. I could guess, but I don't know for sure.
I remember what mine was about.
What?
It was about like it was about deciding to transfer to a different high school because I wasn't happy.
Wow.
It was about like it was
Wow.
about like doing what you want, not
Yeah.
caring. And being
Yeah.
like, yeah,
That's powerful.
I guess it was. Look at me now. So you go to NYU.
So I go to NYU. I don't make it.
Where did he
Was it
go?
sad or was it like?
He went to Quinnipiac. It was one of those sad things where you try to stay
Yeah,
together,
it's not gonna work.
but it's just not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's
and then the
not-
new people come in and you're like,
yeah,
And you're Felicity.
Yeah, and
I
I'm
know full
Felicity at New
yes.
York University.
Were you a Felicity head?
I was a Felicity head.
Yeah.
Yeah, less so than Dawson's Creek, but I was.
Of
I was
course, because it
really
felt
into
too almost inaccessible.
Yes, but Scott Speedman used to always be at our Space Market, like a corner store in New York.
Hot.
I used to always see him.
Did,
And
yeah.
I was like, "This is I'm
You
her.
are Felicity.
I am her."
Literally.
your hair starts curling up. You're like, oh my God, it's happening, it's happening, it's happening.
For the because my response to the 2024 presidential election was the next day I began watching Felicity in its entirety.
Of course, yeah.
And but I only did like 5 episodes.
Has that been healing?
It wasn't. Well, it's whenever I watch a show like that, I'm like, I missed it. I missed the fun of like before there were phones, before there was
Yeah.
anything. But then like whenever I would send voice memos to people like during that when I was watching it, I would always pretend I was sending a tape to Sally. Like, hey Sally, it's been a pretty crazy week. I don't know what's going on with these guys, and I don't know what's going on with me.
Who in the lore was Sally again?
Sally was like her therapist.
Oh, okay.
Her ex-therapist.
That's young to have a therapist.
And it's
Yeah.
young and it's old as the therapist to be receiving video cassettes from a teenager.
And she was
so
sending.
weird.
She was sending a lot.
Yeah.
There must have been a backlog.
There's no way Sally was listening.
No way.
But who was she? She was voiced by someone.
Oh, someone famous?
Yeah, it was some. I'm gonna look it up if you
Look it
don't
up.
mind.
Is your timer going?
It's always going.
Yeah.
So I'm always timing something, which is a really cool character trait about me.
Is that true? You're always timing something?
I just think we'll forget. Like I do. I will say, a friend. Have I shared this on the podcast?
I don't know.
A friend felt that they recognized some similarities between me
Yes,
and the
you
people
have.
on Love on the Spectrum, and so they sent me a test
Oh.
that thinks I have
you
many
passed.
autistic qualities. But I just think I have a lot. I think it's a bit of a coincidence. Like I think I have a lot of autistic qualities, but for like other reasons besides being autistic. Even though
Well-
I'm fine. I'm totally fine being on that
Right,
spectrum.
It's funny because now it's like everything on TikTok's like, I'm worried that so-and-so doesn't like me and that's because of my ADHD. It's
Right,
like,
right.
That's actually not.
That's just being a human being. Yeah.
But I will say I want to take. Do you mind if I quickly take Netflix to task?
Oh, please.
Disrupt
the industry.
Oh, Janine Garofalo.
oh, amazing.
a good
I
one.
think so. Every single reality show contestant, or like I looked up every single reality show person on Netflix's reality shows is paid some fee for their appearance, except for Love on the Spectrum people. How are they getting away with that?
That's
Wait,
not
why?
And I'm sure
Why?
it's like, I mean, their lives, I'm sure, improve. They get a lot of followers and they get advertising contracts, but so do all the other shows.
Why don't they get paid? That's crazy.
I would love Netflix to say why they've chosen them.
Wow.
not
We're
to
ready
get
for
paid.
your response.
Yeah, why the one
Netflix.
neurodivergent cast that is probably your most popular show,
The best show you have.
is not getting paid.
That's fucked up.
You need
So-
to whistle blow this.
Well, what do you think I'm doing? Because I'm using my platform. I'm putting my money in my mouth.
You're finally using your platform for good.
I'm risking it all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who would you risk it all for?
Man, good question.
Who's my answer to this again? Adam Driver. Sometimes I'd risk it all for.
I feel like it's more of like someone, it's just somebody.
There's someone in Austin who would risk it all for me. Should I go there?
Is that
Oh
true?
my God.
Yeah, there's someone in Austin.
Wait,
that
that
would risk-
person?
How do you know?
Wait, which person?
Because no, not the person you're thinking of.
Okay.
They would risk something, not at all.
That's a different person in Austin who would risk something, but
He
not
would
at
risk a
all.
very small. He has it built in. He's talked to his financial advisors and decided what he could risk. Because there was like a kind of a reply guy, and then like I talked about someone on the podcast I didn't know listened. And then they kind of reached out to be like, I listen.
Wow.
And then so a friend from New York messaged me and was like, I have a friend who's like really into you. And I was like, I looked back at our DMs and he had responded to a lot of stories. I would risk it all.
Continually said I would risk it all.
Yeah.
No,
That's
that's the
amazing.
response you want
Totally.
to
Exactly.
thirst
Totally.
trap.
No
I would risk
mirror
it all.
dirty bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Risk it
Yeah.
all.
But my celebrity risk it alls are like Adam Driver.
Mine's Post Malone.
Yeah.
Oh, I get that.
Thank
I
you.
really
Get
get
that.
that.
Thank you.
I
Oh my
get
God.
that.
I don't get that.
He's got it.
He's got it. Him dancing
I
is
love
hot.
it. He's
I
like
don't-
sig in his mouth, like holding a drink.
I feel like you don't like tattoos.
Used correctly, I like them.
Yeah.
There's
Used
some.
correctly.
I don't like his use of tattoo. His use of that
And
medium.
what is used correctly to you? Like a light hand.
Yeah, and some intentional like more not tattoo than tattoo. I think.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like Post Malone is mostly tattoos.
Yeah. It works.
He's heavily tattooed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works for me.
Yeah.
I like some tattoos, but I don't need any. Like I once dated a guy that had like just one, like a couple tattoos, but like one of them was like just here on his upper thigh, which that's obviously highly erotic.
What if
That's
he's written mine on my upper thigh?
Oh yeah.
Only in my mind. Are you a
Yeah,
Swiftie?
Sometimes we.
I am not. I'm like a half
Okay.
Swiftie.
Yeah.
Wait, who has that?
That's a Taylor Swift lyric.
And you have it?
No. But the
I'm just saying it out loud.
a lot of times we
Upper thigh is extremely erotic.
totally, especially on like a muscular man.
Oh, yeah.
But that's again.
Yeah.
My
I would risk
sexuality.
it all for those, speaking of a muscular thigh, those like rugby players. Have you seen this when they get lifted up by
I
their
love
shorts?
that when they're
Yeah.
dirty.
I'd risk it for any one
Any
of
of
those.
them.
Yeah.
Throw 'em
Doesn't
in there.
matter. Doesn't matter.
Wait, so how did you get from college
So
to making your dreams come true? Because everyone wants to know.
in college, one of the advantages of going to NYU was I had a lot of internships. Like I interned at Saturday Night Live.
Because you must have always been a Miranda. Admit it.
Speak on that. Speak on that.
Well, you are.
Tread lightly and speak on that. To say tread lightly is intense.
It's really intense.
Have you ever said shut up to someone earnestly?
Sorry, I just got so, because it's so intense.
I heard a story about someone telling someone they said
Shut
shut up
up
earnestly, and I was like, might be the worst thing you can say to someone.
You know what I had an urge to do recently? Not to anyone specific, but I was like, I miss this feeling of like earnestly saying to someone, "What's your problem?
Yeah.
What's your problem?
Yeah.
You can say it to me
What's your problem?"
a lot.
But
Yeah.
it's like with no hint of joke. Like that was what being
Right.
a teen was about. It
Those
was like,
phrases
Yeah.
are both like what me and my brothers would yell at each other in
Yeah.
earnest with such rage.
Right.
But
Yeah.
no, but shut up. Oh, it's so
Shut up
sad.
cuts it cuts you deep.
Yeah.
I
Worse than a
Heard-
swear.
I
Wow.
know.
Swear word.
And then
I swear
I know
word.
I know you don't swear.
Famously.
Yeah, no, we'll be bleeping
Yeah.
You know I had to
everything.
leave the app Threads.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh,
How do you
Pat.
cope?
I last year threaded something that struck me as funny, which was like, can everyone stop swearing? It's seriously not okay. I like joking, but Threads, like, it doesn't matter who follows you; they just will like start showing your thread to everyone. All these people started attacking me, being like, "Why are you telling me how to talk?" Like people were like, but then I of course couldn't just leave well enough alone, one of Taylor's favorite phrases, and I started replying to everyone who was like earnestly coming for me saying like, and I started saying it's seriously not okay to swear.
How did they
I don't know how they
truly
found-
thought that it
yeah.
was
and
real?
then
Oh my
eventually
God.
I was like, I need to leave this platform. Like,
Yeah.
y'all, Yo,
not serving me
It's
anymore.
not serving me. It's not serving my
It's
highest
not Marie
good.
Kondo. It's not sparkling joy.
Threads is no longer serving my highest good.
And you wrote that to them. You wrote that.
I never saw this coming, but Threads is not serving my highest good right now.
I never thought this day would come.
Oh my God. Who is on Thread?
Okay, so you've always been a Miranda.
SNL, you're intern.
I've always been, I've
because
always
you're
been a
you
very
are-
studious, like I've always wanted to be a like straight A student. So
Yes.
in that way, I am a Miranda.
And you're drawn to the work, I think. Don't you think? In a way that recently asked me to, in a way that recently led me to ask you, do you derive joy from being on panels?
Yeah, Pat observed that I'm on so many panels about writing, and he earnestly stopped and said, "Do you get joy from them?"
Do you?
I don't think I get joy. They feel more.
But you always are saying very smart things.
You're giving
Oh,
back.
that's
Yeah.
right. I'm giving.
You are.
I think it's an easy thing you can do if anyone happens to find it helpful. It's
Yeah.
easy
Yes.
to just show up and do a panel. So
Now,
I will do that.
Did you do one last night?
I didn't do one last
Okay.
night. One of
Did a
the
couple
rare
of-
nights I didn't.
You did a
one-
couple this morning before the workout.
Yeah, I'm actually in between panels right now.
This is a panel.
What did you do last night?
What did I do last night? I went home after working and I just watched The Pit by myself.
I want to watch it.
I saw too much blood and I stopped, but I got to get back in
It was a
there.
little gory. No Wiley I might risk it all for.
Oh, I want to sit directly on his face.
Yeah.
And then would you bounce?
And I would bounce on it, and I would do a little something called smother. I'd do the smother. His face, what the hell? Like
I don't know him.
Oh, I
From
think
ER.
Will you introduce me?
when you're sitting and smothering, could you bring up Pat?
Hold on. This is my friend Pat.
There was
We do a podcast together. We've been doing it for a really long time.
I think you would be into him.
Really?
Yeah.
He's so
Okay.
capable.
He's so capable, has a very hot way about him.
Interesting.
Good, great face.
Great
Interesting.
face.
Strong features.
There's not a lot
Yeah.
of gay guys I would risk it all for. What does that say about me?
Look inward.
Yeah, I better go ahead and look inward.
Yeah, I've been trying. I've been trying to get in there.
Okay, so you were interning a lot.
So I interned a lot, and I interned at the Onion, and I was an assistant there.
Major.
I worked at
In Chicago?
in New York.
And was everyone always being like, were you going to NYU knowing kind of in the back of your head, everyone says I'm really funny?
I guess I was in high school. Like I
Say it.
had
Say it.
I had a natural.
Oh, step into
but
it.
I didn't get class clown.
Those are so rigged.
First of all, it's always a guy.
Well, we
had
girl.
girl and guy. It was like most
I know.
flirtatious
Yeah,
was
totally.
always just like
That's
a
crazy.
girl that people wanted to call slutty.
Yeah,
That wasn't.
it wasn't cool.
I don't know about your high school
Dude,
you transferred
that's not
to.
cool.
Catherine used to have a fantasy that she was sitting on a bed with a boyfriend in a fight wearing a beanie and said, dude, that's not cool.
That's very tread lightly.
Yeah, I just kind of like, dude, that's not cool. Like, I'm so done with this, but I want you to know, like, for
know,
whoever you're with
so-
next.
I felt that you were over it in that moment.
But you're also so chill, like, and the beanie informs that too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
girl, like, hey, if there's anyone who gets it, it's me. I'm wearing a scarf. I'm in a beanie. Now.
Yeah.
What you did isn't
I'm
cool.
wearing a scarf because I'm like, I have
I'm
like
not
the
gonna
blood.
yell.
I have like the blood of an old lady. Like, I'm cold all the time now. The blood of an old lady.
I will always say my mom cannot have drinks with ice.
That's like me now. I get
I
my
will
Jesus
always say
here.
that. I will always shine light on that.
I love going out to dinner with my grandma because we have to, if she wants a cocktail, we have to be like, she can only have like one little, if she has one drop of booze, it's like,
She'll get plastered. Oh, she'll fall asleep.
I don't know, just be cute. be most flirtatious.
Okay, so so you didn't get class clown, but you know somewhere in the back of your head.
People were like you
Yeah,
you
people do
have
it.
a certain humor to you.
Yeah, there's something about, something about ya.
All right, let's see what you do over there in the big city.
And I did write for my high school newspaper a humor column.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Which
This is very Jen knew who she was from a very young age.
Yeah.
yeah, if
Euphoria.
in my fifth grade yearbook, I'm really influenced by yearbook culture. I guess.
Totally.
It said
That's all we
it
have.
said what do you want to be when you grow up, and it said writer, and it said where do you want to live, and it said Los Angeles.
Really?
So all my dreams have come true.
No, they literally have though.
This was my last
Are you
dream.
happy every
being on
second?
this podcast.
Are you happy every second?
You know my 8th grade yearbook, what my dream was? That I recently saw? Be on Hollywood Squares.
Oh, we could make that happen.
They still do that?
The dream has changed and so have I. And by the time this comes out, they'll look at what that means. me doing that speech on Hollywood Squares. The dream has changed and so have I.
When did you? Sorry.
Okay. No, go ahead.
No. When did you make the LA move?
I made the LA move. So I worked at a coffee shop in New York while I was like very briefly doing like stand-up and performing, which I quickly realized was
Really?
not for me.
Why is that?
Why? I think you would be good at stand-up.
Yeah.
Should I do it?
Yes.
Should I do it tonight?
Yeah.
Yes. After the panel.
That's why you do
If I
panels.
clear everyone else out from the panel,
Yeah, it
then it
becomes a
is
show.
stand-up.
Yeah, now I'm thinking a panel could be a good way to work out stand-up if you were
Yeah,
on.
I could never
Gateway
do what
drug.
you guys do.
I know.
But do you know
No
what I'm
way.
saying?
Yeah.
But no, I don't think you do.
Oh, you're pitching. You're pitching.
pitching,
You're
yeah.
pitching. He's pitching for hacks. Thank you. And thank you. Write it off. But I was working at Grey Dog Coffee. Ever
yeah,
been?
that's iconic. And I'll always say
It's so much more than
one of my
coffee.
closest straight friends in my 20s met his fiance there.
And
now
big
they're-
sandwiches.
Big sandwiches. And I think you guys would appreciate this. Big sandwiches and a hiring policy based on attractiveness.
Really?
I was told by the manager, don't hire anyone I wouldn't want to fuck.
Oh my God.
And so then did you kind of do the math and be like, that means at some point someone thought he would want to fuck me?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yes. It was a wild, there were awards given out for like, we would have end of year.
Awards?
We would, have I ever
Easiest?
told you about this?
No.
Oh, I know someone who works there. She's gorgeous.
Yeah. Connect the dots.
Meanwhile, I want to finally be open about the fact that all of the dates I went on, I actually I won't say this.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Keep going.
Well,
Thanks
oh,
for
I know you're
coming
gonna
on.
say- I'm cold. Bye. Yeah, it was a hiring policy based on attractiveness, and we had like end of year awards for like best ass.
What?
That's right. And then the
Did you get any awards?
The yearbook culture continues.
The Me Too movement, you can't even have a coffee shop in New York anymore.
They don't let you brew a bean anymore.
You can't even award your employees anymore.
It's a shame.
No incentive to work hard. No one wants to work
What's
anymore.
the point of coffee?
And then you grow up, and that's why.
Yeah.
If you were working towards best ass, you would have that habit. You would be going to the gym every day to this day because
I'd
you'd
be
have
my
built
best
that
self.
habit.
I'd be my. It was crazy. It was in retrospect. What?
Yeah.
It's like it's just a coffee shop.
Yeah.
It's not.
I said it's a lot more than coffee. There's
Well,
It's
there's-
big sandwiches.
And there's burgers.
They have a whole menu.
When I
Jen.
first got sober, it's like your brain is so scrambled. And I went to a meeting at NYU, and afterwards I was like, I was so broke. It was like it was truly almost like be really discerning about when you eat. And I was like, I'm gonna get food right now. And I went to Grey Dog. I got a burger, but then I couldn't. It was like every decision feels so crazy, like, and I couldn't tell if I should eat or not. And I was like stressing out. I was like, I can't tell. And then I had like $100, and then I was like, you know what? And then I just spent them on drugs.
And you didn't eat the burger?
I don't remember what happened with the burger, but as soon as I made the decision in my mind, it was really, and the drugs that I liked made you not really hungry.
What year was this?
This was 2024.
That was during the Felicity
This
binge.
was 2015 probably.
Okay, because
Yeah.
what if you panned up from
Yeah.
at the table? I'm behind the counter.
Oh my God.
With a dump truck ass, and with a dump truck ass and a blue ribbon.
Full beat. Coyote ugly slinging hot burning coffee.
Yeah, and you're talking to the new girl, and what was it? It's like, oh, if or what's that line in early Coyote Ugly where it's like, never fall in love, you never get hurt, you always have fun.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that Penny Lane from Almost Famous?
I think that's
You can
is it
try to
Coyote? No, I think that's
resist.
Coyote Ugly.
No,
Okay.
it's. I think it's almost famous.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
It's
I'm gonna
the
leave because I'm really
award-winning
scared.
film, Almost Famous, not the smut you watch. Okay.
I thought it was about Coyote Ugly, like then when she first gets there. Maybe not.
I mean, maybe there's a similar kind of
Ethos.
Ethos.
To the piece.
Yeah.
You look great on with those little bandanas they give you while you wait for your table. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I actually really want you to ask your friend what the vibe is now.
I
Does she
will.
still work there?
I don't know. I can find out.
Yeah, please. Because I think they had to stop doing that once the Me Too movement swept the nation.
Yeah, for a brief moment.
Yeah.
Bring it back.
But so I was working there. I was like performing, but not being good at it, and writing.
Where were you performing?
Like I UCB. I was like on an improv group.
Yeah.
And in an improv group or on?
You tell me, honey.
Honey, back in the day, we were all doing both.
Me on Noah Wiley's face, like
I was bouncing on an improv group.
Smother. Our team name is Smother.
I was bouncing on Robber Baron.
Robert. So you're a UCB girl.
I am also, no one noticed what just happened, but somehow the mic, the thing fell off and bounced under.
Let them.
That's been talking about let them a lot.
I know.
Are you a let them subscriber as well?
No, I just think it's so funny to say about everything. I'm like, okay.
I'm letting Jen. You're constantly at work. She's yammering. I'm like, let her.
Let them.
Yeah. So I never was on like a house team. I was I was around.
I bet I could name
UCB.
most of Robert Barron right now.
Isn't that
something
useful?
Yeah. Nicole Dressbell.
Yep.
Terry Withers.
Wow.
Shannon Coffey.
Shannon Coffey. Yeah.
It might just go that deep. Oh, Winston Knoll.
Wow.
I could name half of Robert Barron in 2025. I wasn't even at UCB then.
I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
And yet, what's the capital of? So I was doing that, and then I was also in like an offshoot of UCB called Landline TV. Do you remember Landline?
I don't know about that.
Landline was
Maybe you're going crazy. I think you have false memories.
Sorry, do you smell a toast burning?
Uh-huh.
Hey, honey, we're going to get you help. We're going to get you
It's the meme. The meme of the grandma in the wheelchair. I was on Landline TV. Sure, grandma, let's get you to bed.
Sure, Jen. But that is where I met Lucia.
Really?
Oh my God,
Where it all began. We were the only two chicas in the group.
Yes, and that was true.
You said Gail Power.
I said,
there was something.
so you're kind of a Stephanie McMahon type. Get on over here.
Be a Stephanie to my China.
My big old gorgeous ass. Let me make you a cup of coffee.
There was something
First
watching.
place in the county fair.
Obviously, it's like so good that I think in that community there's more parity. But there was, as like a gay guy watching, something so powerful about every team having 6 guys and 2 women. Because I was like, what's their relationship?
Right.
I was like, what's their relationship? I was like, I want a documentary about every Herald team, the relationship between the 2 women on it.
That's a really good. It's called The 2 Women.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was every team had 2 women.
Yes.
Are they best friends? Are they?
Yes.
2 broke girls.
Are they 2 broke girls? That's what 2 broke girls is based on.
Yeah.
But yeah, then so I was interning and I met Lucia, and I'm trying to think of what my first. Well, unfortunately, so I was an assistant for a little bit after Grey Dog.
To whom?
To Will Graham.
Okay. The owner of the Graham Stop of the L?
Yeah, are you familiar with his work? Have you passed through, perhaps? No, Will, you would know Will.
Will Graham sounds familiar.
I don't.
Yeah.
Wait, what is he?
So I was his assistant when The Onion was doing 2 TV shows, one for IFC and Comedy Central,
God.
both defunct networks now.
That's so sad. Yeah.
It's really sad. But I was like his personal assistant.
And were you doing like doing coverage for him?
I wasn't doing coverage. I was more like getting his lunch.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Do you think that helps you now?
I think it helps me.
When you need to order lunch.
It helps me when I'm looking at a menu. I'm like, okay, I've been here. I've been here for Will. Yeah.
I had that skill.
Yeah.
I
can look at a menu. It's like, you don't lose that. You don't lose that from being an assistant. You look at a menu. I can look at any menu and pretty much pick something out within the minute.
Within reason.
Within reason, yeah. It helps me now, I think. I empathize with how hard that job is.
Yes, totally.
Yeah.
That's like me with nannies.
Is that true?
Kind of.
Yeah.
That was like one of the hardest jobs.
It's so hard.
Nanny is a really hard job.
It's so scary.
Were you a nanny also?
No. Oh. I babysat.
But one time you visited me and my nanny kids at the
That's
park.
what I'm thinking of, actually.
One of the 5-year-old, one of the kids at nanny was a 5-year-old girl, and Catherine came to visit us at the park, and the 5-year-old girl body shamed her.
Oh my God. Little did she know, I was at my thinnest.
Kids are so rough about it.
I'll never forget that 5-year-old girl.
amazing.
Literally, they lived in Tribeca, and they were sweet
They
family.
had everything at their disposal.
But I was like, I remember one time we were like playing with blocks or something, and I was like, I'm gonna build a house, and I was 30 at the time probably, and she was like, I'm gonna build a condo, and I was like, and I had to confront the fact that I actually, at the point, and I will say even in present day, I was like, I actually don't know what a condo is, and I was like, well, it's even a condo, and she
That was brave. You admitted it.
5-year-old girl looks at me and goes, you don't know what a condo is? I was like, no.
I don't really know what a condo is either. It's like an apartment.
But you like, yeah, I don't
But
get
you're-
it.
I know.
Right. If you really dig into it,
Yeah.
why is a condo that much different than an apartment?
Totally.
It sounds.
Condos is kind of 90s, but I know someone that owns a
I'm
condo.
picturing floor to ceiling windows when I hear condo.
Condos is 90s, but I own someone that owns. I know
I
someone
own
that owns.
someone
I own someone who. I own someone who
I
knows
would
a
risk it all
condo.
for someone. I would risk it
You
all.
own a condo. If you own them, you own the condo. Amazing news.
So okay.
So okay.
So
you are doing stand up around.
really.
Tell us some of your bits.
And Richelle, can we roll the footage?
I was really into like one-liner jokes, which
Yeah.
like now looking back, I'm like, that's not really like. It's hard to
You were
succeed.
the Mitch Hedberg of your time.
I love that.
Yeah, it's hard to succeed doing that. No one really wants that anymore.
Well, no one does jokes anymore.
No one tells jokes.
So there's your first
Yeah.
mistake.
You know who tells jokes? You know who tells jokes? My crush of the week. Not to get too into it.
Oh, who?
I did Chris Fleming's show.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jen produced a special.
Jen, thank you because I love that special. It's so fucking good. I was in tears.
Chris is unbelievable.
Special.
I was backstage. I was like, this person's channeling the divine. I've
Yes.
never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
It was so funny. And just, you could tell it was like half planned, half completely off the cuff. I was
Yeah.
like so moved.
Yeah.
Chris is like, I don't
Yeah.
even have anything funny to say. I'm like, he's
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Oh my God. I told him, I go, you have an embarrassment of riches for your next special. Too much.
She told him. She told him as much.
I sat him down in
I
my
didn't
office.
shy away from it.
Took him to the lot.
Glossing over that.
No one's going to tell you this, but you have an embarrassment of riches.
And if you hate me for being on the tells you, fine. Hate me. You have an embarrassment of riches. Bye.
But it was nice to be at a show.
Yeah.
And the audience howling. It was the best vibe.
But wait, we haven't even gotten so close.
Oh, sorry. I know. We literally just like how.
All right, no, we have
so
time,
quickly,
we have
how'd you make your dream come true?
I was of a moment where Twitter
I
was
was
a
gonna
way
Wow.
to get noticed.
You were Mama Twit.
I was Mama Twit.
Yeah.
You were Mama Twit podcast.
miss
By the way,
it.
this is making me feel 1,000 years old
No.
because Comedy Central, IFC,
Listen, I
Twitter,
just-
none of these things exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
It's
As
crazy.
someone who just attended the Overcompensating premiere, I feel 2,000 to 3,000 years old.
Yes, yeah. And if you're 2,000 to 3,000 years old, I'm 3,500
And 3.
years old. So it's really,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I'm
Yeah.
gonna stop telling people things about my past because it's gonna get so confusing.
Well, we live in a time where things are changing so quickly in our line of work that the second you say anything about your professional history, everyone's like, I know the day you were born.
Yes, yeah, right. Everyone can
Yeah.
pinpoint the exact moment of time. So you know that, yes, I was writing jokes on Twitter at the time when people were like getting jobs off of it.
Yes.
Yes.
And the head writer of Late Night with Jimmy Fallon DM'd me.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my God.
Said, do you want to submit a packet?
Were
And
you
I
still in
said,
college?
I was 24.
This is
Yeah.
amazing.
I was really lucky. I was
Oh,
really lucky.
so cool.
And the answer was I had submitted many packets before that.
Because you've always been
Miranda.
I guess Miranda's funny.
Totally.
She's the funniest one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess I find Samantha funnier.
Well, of course.
I don't
But
find Samantha
maybe
funnier.
that's a little bit meta of me to
Yeah.
find
It's sort of
her.
ironic.
Yeah,
I've
it's
never
ironic.
been.
She does do good one-liners.
That's what. Yeah, she's kind of the Mitch Hedberg of the Sex and the City universe, and you know that's what I gravitate towards. And so then that was like my first official writing.
Before
job.
you got that, were you still like, I'm gonna make? Was it the kind of thing where you're like, I guess I'll perform, and then when you got writing, you're just like, I'll do this, or were you like, you had already like, I just want to write before you got late night?
I think I was like, writing feels better. Performing, I don't love. It made me so nervous.
Yeah.
Like really scared.
Yeah.
Like it's scary that you guys do it.
Totally. I don't do it that much.
It's scary to try to write something.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
I'll say
Okay,
that
yeah.
I'll say that as much.
But yeah, I kind of knew. I was like, I'm not gonna be. I think you know if you're good at performing.
We're still figuring it out. Okay.
How long were you at Fallon?
I was at Fallon for 2 years.
Did you love it? We can skip this.
Yep, I loved it. Moving on. No, Fallon was. I was a monologue joke writer, which was like. Credit to anyone who gets to do it. It's hell.
Yeah.
It's
so hard.
It's really hard.
Yeah.
You have to write an enormous amount of material every day. You have to write it's like jokes about like husbands don't clean. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like stuff like that. And then it's also like always about the news of the day. So
Yes.
it's like Anthony Weiner. I wrote about that for like
Yeah.
what felt like 4 years.
Totally. Now, you said about just now.
Yes.
Can
Okay,
we
let's
get
get
into
into
it?
this. Let's
Okay.
get into this.
Now,
I would actually, this is a good PSA to put out there
Totally.
because this keeps coming up.
So, Jen,
What?
from the first time I've known you, I've observed this.
Yes.
Says about with a Canadian accent.
Yes.
I didn't pick up on that.
So she has no ties to Canada.
Well, okay.
What are
I
your
do
ties?
have a tie to Canada, but I don't think this is where this comes from.
Yeah.
So, yes, I say the words out and about, which
Okay.
sound normal to me. They're just,
Yeah.
they came out, I heard them normal. How did you hear them?
That time it sounded more normal
I heard
than...
them normal.
That time it sounded more normal.
You heard them normal.
I heard I heard them here. If that makes any sense.
Out and
See, now you're saying, but now you're thinking about it.
Well, you brought it up.
You have to chop
And you made her nervous.
Yeah,
But I
now.
just chopped her. We had it on tape. Four
Roll the
policemen.
tape.
Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Four Canadian policemen come in and take you.
Get back here. Get back and work for my college boyfriend.
Quiet hockey
How long did it
player.
take you to move on?
So I dated around for 2 years, and then I met.
Flirtiest and
Oh, no one's going to take you seriously.
One time, my mom did say, "Don't get pregnant. You have too much to do."
oh my god.
In some ways, she was right. Was my college boyfriend
Great
from
name.
Toronto.
And did he play hockey as well?
He didn't play hockey, but let me tell you about his name. Spelled.
No.
That's right.
You
Fine.
stayed with him for how
And
long?
2.5, almost 3 years.
Why is it
But
spelled like
was
that?
it ultimately the death knell of your relationship?
How could you take that seriously?
He was kind of adorkable in a really.
Do you like Adorkable?
I don't, but he just had. He was the first. My best friend that I grew up with always says this. He was the first boy we met who was like a man.
Yeah.
Not in
Like he
like
could
a
fix things?
Not like in a no opposite. Like
Yeah.
like not in like a Mr. Big way.
Yeah.
Why are we talking so much about I have one cultural touchstone. In a like he
Burger
had
way.
his own weird interests
Yeah.
that were like cultivated on his own, not
Right.
from. We like grew up like Boston, where I grew up. It was very like all the guys like the same things, and this was like a
Yeah.
He was like neurotic,
Yeah.
but that at the time was very novel to us.
Totally. And now neurotic is almost like the norm.
Right. Now I traffic in neurotic.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was from Canada.
But you don't think that's where it happened.
I only visited him in Canada like 3 times.
That
I don't
would be
think
really
that's
strange.
enough to pick up an accent.
I've been to Canada twice, which means if I go one more time.
Shit. Pat, you're in the
I can never go back to Canada. That's like a boot.
Well, yeah, I don't know what
I
it
don't
is.
know. It's not so strong. Do you like it? I sometimes say things with the
Does it
Philly
bring you
accent.
joy?
It brings me questions about
Yeah.
how this happened, and people often are like, "Are you?" It's a conversation.
Oh,
Did you read The Girl on the Milk Carton? when you were growing up.
I remember it, but I don't remember any of the
It's just
details.
reminding me of that because it's like that girl like finds out this like she's like, oh my God, I'm adopted. Like there was like her face was on the milk carton and she finds out her mom's her grandma or something, whatever. She also like made out with the boy next door sometimes, and I was like speed reading to get to the next time she's gonna make out.
Right. So you think I might be adopted and raised in Canada?
The first I'm not gonna even know how to say this, but one time a boyfriend was saying to me like very early on was like, from you I get like repressed trauma, physical abuse.
Oh my God.
I was like, and I get that a lot. Like,
That's insane. He's like, take this quiz online.
Yeah, people are really kind of projecting
I think
a lot.
I invite diagnosis because I'm often like, what's wrong? I'm often crowdsourcing what's wrong with me.
That's true.
I get that.
Yeah.
I get that. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're at late night and then you come to LA to do parks?
And then I come to LA. I say.
And how does it end with
How does it?
you
It was really tragic.
Really?
Well, it was just one of those breakups where, like, I didn't really want to end it, but I was depressed, and it just got and then I think we broke up over the phone.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And then I was like, no, I want to get back together. He was like, no, I'm back in Canada. And then he was
You
like,
can't come. It's going to get even worse. No one's ever done it in 3 tries. So you're going to...
the 4th time, Jen, you're crazy. It's not worth it.
You'll lose all verbal skills.
And then he emailed and was like, I want to get back with you, but I had already moved on.
Yeah.
Kind of ships in the night, classic.
Be careful because you're making me endgame, you guys.
He's the first man.
He was the first man I ever met. What if my first man was my last man?
Yeah. Oh my God. Full body chills.
FBC. I'm suffering from FBC,
Cut
doctor.
to Brian brushing my hair.
The rapper clothes. Who's the rapper?
Okay. So, and then did you love LA when you first got here?
Yeah, I did. I liked it a lot. I miss New York. I like New York more.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But now you're such an LA.
I know.
Yeah.
But I want to go back.
No, you should.
Would you have me?
Please, we'd love to have you. All my friends have left. I'm trying to get everyone back.
Yeah. Joe Mandy's coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
you'll
that's
get
exciting.
Joe.
Love
Yeah.
Joe.
You'll get Joe.
You'll get Joe.
I get to meet that famous dog.
When Joe came on. Do you know this story? Yeah.
Of his dog lunging.
Yeah. No,
Or
and
Kylie throwing her, Kylie throwing her body in front of.
But then when I did this on the podcast, people were saying they liked the shape. So
I like when Pat gets physical.
So I said that people were saying
Yeah.
they liked how I looked at the shape. So I was saying that from now on my dates, I'm going to be like this.
I do like this shape also.
Thank you.
Yeah. I get why it got such good feedback.
Now, okay.
What was it like when you first moved here? Like, what was the vibe?
It was, so I moved and I got a job on an HBO show that only lasted 1 season called Hello Ladies. It was a Stephen Merchant show. No one saw it.
So you didn't move here for a part.
What's his show called?
No.
Your Life's a Lie.
I feel like I watched this show.
To you. It was called Hello Ladies. It was Stephen
I watched
Merchant.
it.
Yeah.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you didn't look at the credits.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed.
Hey, is this a joke to you? Okay, quick question. Is this whole podcast a fucking joke to you?
What if I said yes?
But wait, we have to get into who you now.
I know. Wait.
Okay, who am I now?
You know, Darcy, we got so far into
Well,
who.
but actually, this could be a Darcy style. We did so. What do I say? We didn't get far enough.
We got so into the who.
That she
were
coming-
you?
were
That-
you?
She's
coming back
you
from
talked a
Japan.
lot
Yeah,
about
3-part.
her water polo. I listened to that episode.
Jen, that was private.
That was private for us and our
Is this a
listeners.
joke to you?
Oh God, I feel invaded.
Okay,
that's perverted.
so who am I now?
yeah.
I'm pretty much the same. This is the problem. I'm the same
I don't
person.
think so.
But aren't you partnered? Are you in a relationship?
Yes, I have a husband.
You're married?
Yes, yeah.
Partner to the
So
point of
who-
marriage.
so-
Partnered. I'm like really
Beyond
far
all
partnered.
reason.
Beyond.
So how did you
I'm
meet?
inexplicably
yeah. When
partnered.
did Chav come into the mix?
How did you meet him, and how did you know he's the one?
and
So-
say hi?
so-
Hi, I'm Mr. Perfect. I'm here to save your life.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing.
Little girl.
Love him, bless him, married to him. I actually don't believe in the concept of the one. Not
Yeah,
to,
okay.
a lot
not
of people
to.
don't, and including many of the women I follow on Instagram.
Wait, hold on.
Really
What
interrupt you.
what are they posting that?
They're saying like there is no other one. There's the one that you choose, and then you continue to choose
And there's
every
the
day.
timing when
You
everyone starts getting
choose-
married, and then you do it
yeah,
too.
yeah,
You choose
yeah.
who's the
Yeah.
one. You
It's the
choose
natural
who's the
progression
one.
of life.
Oh God.
Right.
But not
There's a lot of like, you need to be your own one.
How old were you? Can I ask this question during the season 1 Hacks Writers Room? I'm always like, I should be further along. I should be married, have 2 friends that I have a show with.
Oh yeah, Pat keeps shaming me for not being married yet. It's his new thing.
I do not.
It's so interesting.
What?
I ask if they're on the.
And
if they're
we're on the
married.
track.
Yeah.
So you're married with
so-
a hit
so-
television show and you live in Los Angeles.
That's right.
Okay,
That's
go.
right. But Trav and I met through Landline TV, that group that you
my
think I'm having.
Lucia is not real. Travis is not real. You live alone. There's no such thing as hacks.
This isn't real.
That's not wearing a hat.
Oh God, it's so much worse than I thought. The panels. There's no one in the room, Jen. You're talking to nobody. We're scared. We're very scared for you.
So in my delusions, in my dementia fog, I met Travis through.
Who again? There's no record of this man ever existing. But keep going.
And it is spelled TRAAVIS.
And Brian with 2 eyes.
Yeah.
You work at Grey Dog, bitch.
We're in line right now.
You're
We're
my
ordering
friend
from
who works at
you.
You work at Grey Dog. You got 5th in the ass competition.
Bitch, you got 5th. There are only 6 people who work there.
And then you split.
Travis and I met through Landline. I was dating his.
No, Jen.
Jen, they're never going to take you seriously.
You were dating his friend.
I was dating his childhood best friend.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Yeah.
And
So
then
someone who I assume is still in your life.
Yes, I actually officiated his wedding.
That's
so
so
Wow.
all is well.
don't you think that there would be people asking me to officiate their weddings?
Totally. I'm sure people would love that.
No one asks necessarily.
But I
They're
agree
intimidated.
you'd be amazing.
But
You don't. I feel like your friend group, and this is probably why you're shaming Kat. You don't go in the life of Hacks, for example. You're not going to a lot of friends' weddings.
I know. I'm really
totally.
not.
I know.
We went to one.
We went to one. Went to 2. Like 2 gay weddings we've been to.
Who was the other one?
Well, who's the one you're thinking of?
Mike.
George.
Oh, that was really fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
But who officiated that?
Randoms.
I'm sorry they didn't ask you.
I'm going to Joel's in
Me too.
January.
I can't wait.
Yeah,
Okay, do we know who's officiating Joel's?
No, but I know who's in the.
Who's in the mix? You're still in the mix for that guy.
I know who got callbacks.
My rep said it's not me, but like
They're going older.
Yeah, they're going older. They're skewing female. Okay, so you officiated their wedding. You met Travis at Landline.
Yeah.
Were you currently dating his?
We were like, it was very, it
Yeah.
was loose.
Casual.
It was
Totally.
It was casual. It was never gonna be.
And was he in comedy as well?
He is, yeah.
Oh, you did.
Oh
I didn't
my
know you
God.
did.
Which I think he'd be.
Someone recently
He
kept.
sends a cease and desist.
Yeah.
No, he's a big fan of the podcast.
Someone did. He's someone who when. Like someone recently in a conversation kept name dropping him to me, and I was like, "That's great," but like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not.
not-
I don't know what you
yeah.
want me to do with it.
Right. Yeah.
Anyways.
He's just like.
And that person's name was Jen Statsky.
and it's right
It
now.
was at this event. It was there. It was
But
like,
so
and
what? But was it immediately electric with you and Trav?
Was it immediately electric? There was immediately like a really good like vibe. I thought he was very, very funny and very smart.
Everything.
And that was kind of
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know I was once in love with an ex-boyfriend's best friend.
really.
Never worked out.
Did anything ever happen with the best friend?
No, but I could tell that like we were into each other.
Yeah.
But then again, maybe I'm talking landline again.
And we'll be fact checking all of this. We're gonna find out if he was into you.
I do want to know. Sometimes I'm like, damn, am I crazy?
Where is he today?
out and about. It's contagious.
Whoa.
How many times have you been?
To mock somebody's speech impediment it's beyond the pale cat.
It's giving Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you're married.
Now I'm married.
You have a hit show. And who do you want to be?
Who do I want to be? It's a really good
I know. Who do you want to be?
Do you have a pet?
I do have a pet. I have a dog.
She's a huge dog person.
Huge dog person.
I'm a huge dog person too. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'd love to meet.
Oh, I'm going to show you a photo.
you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Big, thick boy.
Love.
Yeah.
Name?
Tyson.
Kind of high.
Very strong.
Very strong.
19 wise.
I think I want to be someone who has more dogs, honestly.
That's
Really?
amazing.
I
You
think
should.
I would love to start a dog
Sanctuary. Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
should.
I was always asking you for advice. So.
Oh, yeah.
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 That's just a bitch.
We cut that
so,
was so crazy.
Well, I asked. I was the
Oh,
most.
yeah.
I
I
was
forgot about that.
that chapter of my life. I was the most mentally ill I've ever been. But now I've returned.
But also, you can make it through anything.
Totally.
Yeah, look at you
I
now.
can make it through briefly having a dog. Like, what can I face?
What can't you do?
The dog can't. The
Did you
dog's
watch-
dead in the
did you watch-
ditch. But
Were you Buffy?
I wasn't Buffy.
That is devastating.
You see
you
the
would love it.
I know. I think I would love Buffy.
Yes.
Did you see they just rewarded a child?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, the video with Sarah Michelle
I
Gellar.
hate those videos where it's like,
It's
we've
like,
all been talking.
and I love.
And from day one, it could only
I
be
love
you.
the pivot. I love the like. I know this has been hard.
Yeah.
I feel like
I know.
the making them think they're not getting
the
it.
Reese did it so egregiously what she was
Yes.
saying. And you don't need to audition anymore. Because it's you.
Oh my God.
And then Reese made the choice in the moment to like be like, she was calling her mom, and then Reese was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's fun if I talk to her." She's like,
Yeah.
"Let me tell it to her." She's like, "Hey, this is Reese." But then Reese, you could see as she was saying it, she was like, "Wait, she should be the one who tells her." She's like,
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to not be talking anymore and giving it back. And she didn't fully say anything to the mom. There was no
Right.
like, whatever.
Yeah, those
my God.
videos are. There's something.
But you guys did that to me with Prion.
Yeah,
And it went pretty viral.
we did a huge. We said, Pat, you're an ugly piece of shit, but you're our ugly piece of shit. You're Prion.
Jean FaceTimed me.
Prion is yours.
Prion is yours. You are Prion.
Jean said, from the second I heard of this character, unfortunately, we looked at a lot of people and it was immediately clear it had to be you.
Oh my God. So you want a Lisa Vanderpump dog sanctuary?
I think
Yeah.
that would be good, and maybe I bring children also in the, like maybe.
Do you want to have children?
No, I don't want to have children.
So what do you mean?
She wants to bring them. You want to bring children to your
So it's
sanctuary?
a Neverland situation.
Hey, Jen, we're calling the police, okay?
No one's ever said that.
Excuse
Who do I want to be?
Okay.
I want to
You're
Neverland
telling-
sanctuary.
I wanted to stand out. You've had so many guests. Who don't want to be a child molester.
No one has ever said that.
What are you going to do with that?
Respond.
That's actually, I think you'd have to go to the police, but I don't
Oh,
know.
certainly.
But that's not like, like your therapist if you say you're
Yeah.
going to harm yourself.
For podcasting, we don't have
Yeah,
the
what
same
kind
rules.
of HIPAA do you guys have?
So you're not allowed to fall in love with us. That would be a violation, but we must go to the police. When you say something like almost everything you said today. They've been waiting for a while. You're out there smoking a cigarette with Paul.
You'll be walking into cuffs when you leave this studio. No, I was like foster children.
That would be the best thing to go back to the room on Monday because we had said that you're coming on. I was like, how'd it go? And you were not on it. I'm like, well, she got arrested immediately after. We had to call the police.
I had to go to the police. I had to go to the police.
I didn't want to.
She just said it. She said the person she wants to be is a child molester.
Okay, so you want to
Foster children.
You want a dog sanctuary?
I meant maybe like foster kid. It could be a program where
Totally,
they come
yes.
do the
Come do what?
nothing.
Yeah, but
That's
you
the dog.
You do like
Totally.
kids. You're God. Are you a godmother?
I am a godparent.
Are you God there? It's me, Margaret.
I love kids, but I don't think I want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still can't tell if I'm going to adopt, but I will say that the aforementioned chapter was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I would adopt, I think, if I was going to do it.
Yeah, me too.
I think I want to eventually have one baby and then get full body surgery to look unrecognizable.
And then have an accidental pregnancy again and leave it.
Good, yeah. I just, I want to look like Erica Jane, I decided.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I started watching Beverly Hills Housewives. I'd never seen it before. And when she came into my life, I was like, I just love it. It's just so over the top.
What does she have a lot of what are we talking about? Like injectables or
I don't know. She just always looks so over the top. And I think it's so fun.
I will say she goes down pretty as an outside observer. Whatever.
I know.
Here's what we're not going to do: comment on a woman's appearance.
No, but I'll say this: I am quoted as saying, "I'm not walking around this city without a facelift when I'm like 50."
Totally.
I'll be getting a facelift.
This year's hottest accessory.
But Erica, I think, has gotten a lot of it. And this is whatever
Oh, she's gotten real thin.
She's gotten real thin in a way.
Good
that
for her.
But
let me ask you this.
Yeah.
But does a facelift, is that an 11-hour surgery?
Great question.
Can't be.
But it can't be quick.
No.
I just can't imagine ever choosing to receive 11-hour surgery, even though I would love.
Right.
I just think you do have to pace yourself because it's like when it's too regular, then there's only so far back it could be pulled that until it starts.
Yeah.
Stretching the mouth in a way. So it's like
there
once you get one, you have to really make a rule, like not for like 10 more years.
Sure.
She doesn't want like more than one.
The back
Why?
She wants one.
Why? I'm not getting
Jen.
a punch card. Why are you having me go back?
Trainer, facelift, panel. Booked and busy.
This is ideally one and done.
Total. I mean, but I just think those are famous last words.
Okay, we'll be in touch.
I'm really scared for you.
No.
Well, I'll be in jail anyway. So.
Okay, so do you guys? I said my crush of the week already, actually.
Oh yeah, Chris Fleming.
Chris Fleming.
Right.
Who is just so special. I can't even believe it.
The funniest.
And just like not afraid. So many people are so afraid.
I know.
He really just gets in there.
Yeah.
I just
my
respect
crush
it so
of the
much.
week?
Also, really cute dog.
Really?
Really cute.
Oh, and
I haven't met.
Yeah.
the dog is in the video. I love the Boba video.
Boba
is my
video.
favorite thing.
Yeah.
I can't think of my COTW. But it's like I did a real one last
It can be
time.
a person, place, thing.
Yeah,
anything.
idea.
Okay.
I have one.
Okay, what's
Food,
yours?
yes.
Okay,
Everything's so spark something
my
for me.
crush of the week, and don't react because it's not the way you think.
Okay.
My crush of the week is Kris Jenner,
Okay.
and not in a sexual way.
Totally.
But I saw a video where I felt so dominated by her that it felt sexual and made her my crush of the week.
I'd love to see the video.
So the video was she was on a podcast, much like this. one,
Wow.
but yeah.
Synchronicities abound.
And she was asked, what would you tell young girls? And she was like, oh, well, the one thing I tell high school girls is have a clean car.
Oh, interesting.
And she was
first of all, hardest thing in the world to do.
Yeah, what?
So she was talking about how she was like, when you go into someone's car and they have crushed up French fries and water bottles and you just know how they feel about themselves.
Wow.
You know about their
know.
discipline.
Oh, God, I'm being read to filth.
She said, if I could, in a job interview, have someone go down and secretly look at their car, I would.
So do you have
And
a clean
here's
car?
the thing. I have a filthy,
Really?
disgusting French fry filled car. Darcy
They
Carden.
take out the rose petals, they put it in the McDonald's fries.
Darcy, when I pick her up, and anytime I'm picking her up, she will open the door and start. This is very sweet of her, cleaning out water bottles and trash and things I have in the front. And so when I watched this video, I said, I can't live like this anymore.
Yeah,
Kris
I know.
Jenner would not hire me.
But isn't it hard to change, don't you think? Do you think I can change?
Pat, it's one of the hardest things.
Yeah.
Can we even?
I don't know.
I really want to be someone who has a clean car.
I want to be someone who has a clean car. I want to be someone who is not always. I don't want to always say the things I think. Sometimes I want to think something and then
I know.
be like, that one's just for me.
I want to be someone who cleans my bed sheets more often.
Yeah.
Is that gross? I mean, I'm sorry. It's so hard.
I don't even want to ask how often you're supposed to because I know
Exactly.
I'll fall short of
I
it.
saw a
But isn't it
horrific.
always situational? Like right
If you're
now.
shitting on it every day, you should like clean every day.
Yeah, if you're shitting the bed
If
every
you're shitting out once
day.
a week, you can get away with that month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 4 shits clean.
Yeah.
I no, it's like if someone's going to be in the sheets.
Sure,
That isn't
sure,
typical.
sure.
That is not like a lifelong partner. Then it's like let's make sure everything looks just right. But doesn't?
Oh, yeah,
But doesn't
yeah.
that take up a lot of your time and self?
Yeah.
Cleaning
Yes.
sheets for someone.
Sure. Cleaning sheets, making the bed.
Yeah.
Forever.
It takes
I'm
forever.
really bad at all those things in life.
Yeah. My crush of the week, it's skewing towards being actually this. It's so boring. This guy I see at the gym.
That's amazing.
That's
yeah,
great.
I know, but it's
It's
not
real.
real. But he is. I think he's partnered.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever.
I'm like, not saying anything.
So what about him?
No, it's like such a throwaway because I just have seen him for years now, and I actually thought he was straight, and then found out he was gay, and it's so funny what that could do because like there was another guy at the gym that I thought was straight, and I was like, he's my straight crush, and I was like. And then I found out he was gay, and I was like, I'm not interested. Like, you're actually not a good gay crush, but you would be a good
You'd
straight
be a
crush.
good straight crush.
Totally.
Now, this guy I
Yeah.
thought was straight. I didn't necessarily feel anything. Found out he was gay. I was like, oh, you actually work as a gay crush? And then there's another guy.
Congratulations. It's all. I know it's been hard, but you work as a gay crush.
Okay, so here's
You don't
another-
have to audition anymore.
you're done.
You're
So
my gay
here-
crush.
Okay, here's another thing that's real. It's also gym based, but it's like maybe 4 months ago. I'm going to the gym on a Sunday, and afterwards I would do a little extra. So I'm doing my little extra. This guy, and I should not be allowed to drive. Full stop. Like,
Stop, don't say that.
it would
Wait,
just-
because
I'm dissociative.
Okay.
So
So this is again, we are gonna have to call.
anyways.
Katie, I'll see you in the back of the cruiser. Sounds like you're coming to the slammer with me.
Road
Bunkmate.
trip.
So this guy comes up to me, an older gentleman, and he's like cute, and he's like, I beeped at you, I'm so sorry. And I was like, what do you mean? He's like, back on Sunset. I mean, we'd been at the gym for now an hour and a half, and I was like, and I guess like on the way there, I had been reading a billboard or something at a red light, it turned green. I went, I have no recollection of it. But I was like, don't worry about it. And then when I would see him around, I was like, he's hitting on me. And then I would see people, I'd be like, that guy hits on me all the time, it's so annoying. This gay guy hitting on me. Then he kind of stopped hitting on me, I felt like. Then I see him on Instagram, because he has like 300K as like a love doctor.
Wait.
Wait for it, a straight love doctor.
love
I'm like,
doctor.
and he's straight.
Like he makes like videos about
Yeah.
advice about love.
Yes.
Being in relationship.
Yes. So then I was like, this is so funny. I've been thinking he's a straight love doctor. I told my friend that guy is actually a straight love doctor. She's like, who is he? I say, she's like, he's bi. I'm like, what do you mean he's bi? And she's like, I don't know how I know. I just know that person bi. So now I see him sometimes and I'm like,
You're
The bi love
wondering.
doctor.
I know you're
Yeah.
a mostly straight love doctor, but there's a reason to believe you're maybe bi. I can't tell what all that was about beeping at me. So maybe he too could be my crush of the week if he
That's
wants.
amazing.
If he wants. I don't really care about him.
Do you guys feel hot today?
I think I do. I walked to the gym. I was like taking NyQuil to fall asleep for a little while.
Yeah.
And I'm off of it for a
That's
while.
good.
I just sleep less, but I think it's better quality sleep. So,
I've been struggling physically,
do you feel hot today?
but I've been getting over a cold for like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Enough's enough.
Yeah. Be
But
done
I like
with
my
it.
shorts.
Be
I
done
like my
with
short.
it.
I like my big cool shorts.
Yeah, I like your shorts.
Because Jen approved.
I don't feel hot today, but I feel like on maybe the precipice of hot.
Yeah.
Like I have to go to like a party tonight, and I'm like, what if I randomly was hot for it?
What
That's
party?
so fun to get ready.
It's a very acquaintance party.
Yeah.
It's a friend of my manager's.
Oh, interesting.
So I could be anybody.
Yeah, you could be
my
anyone you want to
God.
be.
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
be a Landline TV alum.
Throw her a bone, Pat. Throw her a bone.
Like my Landline days.
Well, are you mad at me?
we end by asking if we're mad.
I'm not mad at you.
Amazing.
I'm not mad at you.
Are you mad at me?
No.
Okay.
Great.
No.
Pat, are you mad at me?
No.
Because I manic. I Jax Taylor style rage texted you last night.
No.
Oh, what were you rage texting about?
It wasn't towards him. I was just having a meltdown. You know when you just fire off like 20 texts to a friend and then they're asleep?
Yeah, the sea of blue. Yeah.
He was swimming. Oh, honey. He was swimming last night.
He was Sebastian under the sea with what I was.
I did feel bad too because then it's like, also I got over it in like 10 minutes and I was like,
Yeah.
okay, now he still has to respond though.
Yeah.
No, I'm not mad.
Sweet.
I recently talked about the Valley on a panel.
Really?
We gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
Are you caught up?
I am caught up.
The tequila chugging?
Oh my god.
Oh my-
Also, like I don't understand how he's in rehab but was allowed. Like I guess they were like he gets his phone. Jax gets his phone every 15 minutes.
He'll
But
be on.
Jack's in rehab, but he like, gets to use his phone sometimes.
Yeah,
I
and would
think he
just
can
send
use-
Brittany like 40 like texts.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I haven't watched the season, but that's when I'll want to watch all at once. I think.
I find it really dark.
Jesse.
Yeah, Jesse's really dark.
I think he's hot.
Oh wow!
I'm into it.
I'm not
But I
sexually
like
attracted
darkness.
to one single person on that show.
Yeah.
That means you're mentally well.
But if I were, it
I
would.
was actually attracted to Jesse and Brittany.
But Jesse, I will say, probably would be.
Yeah.
Until he speaks and behaves.
Meanwhile, my downstairs neighbor looks like his ex-wife. And what the hell am I supposed to do
Michelle?
with that? Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah, of course. And so
Actually,
is my
I'd probably
downstairs
be
neighbor.
attracted to Michelle. She's
Yeah.
she's hot.
But I don't,
What if I had a huge thing for Dodie?
oh yeah.
I was like, she
She's
could
the
tell
best.
me to keep my car clean.
She's the best we have.
Yeah.
She's so special.
She's the best we have.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's that, right?
That's that. Thank you
Thank you
guys
so much. I haven't laughed that
Sis.
hard in a long time.
I hope
feel
it was.
alive.
I hope it was healing to your
was-
cold.
It actually was. I feel fixed.
I remember everyone when the heart
Breaks, it don't
break
even.
Seek treatment if you're boring as